Hello, and welcome to Famicast 148, your Famicast for the latter part of April 2019. Also, the last Hey Say podcast. Wow.
Wow.
For the Famicast.
All right.
I'm your host, Danny Bibbins, and today I'm joined by a crew of jokers, starting with this one right here, Mr. James Charlton.
You say hey say, I say jump. Right?
God, no.
Japanese joke.
Right.
Oh, no.
Also, Ty Sugart.
Oh, yeah. No, and then the new era, it's Neo Heisei.
Yeah.
Right.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And on the other side of the planet, the Irishman himself, Mr. Cyrus Delaney.
Hey, say for an extra few hours over here.
Hey. Yeah.
Right. What are you going to do to celebrate?
Well,
Pine over the end of the best era. I assume the only one I lived in.
no,
Yeah.
wait, when were you born?
The start of the
That's not
Heisei
true.
period. That's why they named it.
Okay. All right. Well, if you're out there and you don't know what the hell we're talking about, whatever. Learn something.
Get an education.
Yeah,
bro.
Try reading a book sometime.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, exactly. Well, per usual, well, maybe not per usual. Actually, man, there's been a whole hell of a lot of really awesome games coming out lately on the Switch and just kind of in general. And we all have a lot of stuff that we've been playing and that we want to talk about with you guys. So let's just go ahead and dive right in. And, Cyrus, it's been a while. I know you couldn't make it to the last episode, so we found a nice and worthy replacement. And I kind of wish that you wouldn't come back, but here you are.
Ratings were through the roof.
I don't mean it, Cy. I don't mean it. Don't mean it. But Cy, what you been up to, man?
Nothing. Well,
Okay.
The reason I wasn't on that last podcast, I'm a busy boy. But there is no rest for the wicked, and I'm still playing Xenoblade Chronicles.
Oh God, bless your soul.
Yeah, I'm not going to talk too much about this, but I think I finally reached the point where I'm like, I'm done with side quests. I'm just going to go for a sprint, finish the game, and fucking get this chapter of my life finished with. I think James was saying there in the Twitter earlier, it's like my playtime is 110 hours now,
Yep.
and you could easily put. I'd say there's so much more time in this game, and all of it's bullshit. So I'm just gonna finish it.
Yeah, I was thinking, I wonder what games Cyrus has been playing. And it's like, oh no, game. Never mind.
Yeah, like I know I've complained week on week about how this has all this really annoying random bullshit that they took from mobile games and just stuck into an RPG. Like I unlocked a new character, and you have to unlock like different levels on their skill tree, and every rare character has really specific things you have to do to unlock them. And some of them are cool, like you have to fight all these bosses all over the world, or you have to do like, I don't know, do a bunch of very particular quests, and you get little story things every time you do it. And then I got this one whose dream is to be a singer, and to level her up, to like get her confidence up, you have to do this one quest, like literally 100 times. You just have to go into the quest, talk to someone, wait for 6 minutes for the quest to finish, then do the quest again, and you have to do this 100 times to unlock her full storyline and skill
6
tree.
minutes.
That is wonderful.
So 600 minutes.
Yeah, and you might be able to shave that off if you level up the right combination of characters to trim time off that quest. But I'm like, that was when I realized that was what I had to do. That was the moment I'm like, fuck this game, I'm out. I'm going for the end.
Wow, the side quest that broke Cyrus's back.
Yeah.
There it is.
So I'm actually looking forward to finishing it so I can start the DLC, because I have a
Oh shit, this is just the main one.
because
Ooh.
I've like everyone says that the DLC is actually a better version of the full game. And I get the feeling that it's probably they removed all of this random bullshit, because it wouldn't make sense for a lot of this to be in the DLC based on how the story works. So I'm curious.
Cyrus, you never played X, right, on Wii U?
Nope, my first Xenoblade. So
So you know no comparison. But Danny, does this sound like worse than X?
Yeah, I mean, I played X for about 80, 85 hours, 95 hours, something like that. But I mean, it took a long time. And towards the end, like, yeah, you're just like, I gotta be really close. I gotta be. And then you just keep on going, and you keep on going and going, and then eventually you get there, and you're like, okay, I finally did this. And I was just done after that. There's probably so much more stuff I could have done, but thank God there was no like extra episode type of a thing out there like there's with this.
It's actually really interesting that the story of this game I have no interest in. Like, it's got a really uninteresting main plot line. It's just all the side stuff that's actually been keeping me going. And but yeah, hopefully end in sight. We'll see.
Yeah, I mean, you know, with X, I was pretty invested in the story. It was pretty interesting. I liked the world and the characters and stuff like that. I thought it was cool. Combat was fantastic. Yeah, I did some side quest stuff, but then at one point I just stopped myself because like, no, I'm never going to freaking beat this game if I do keep doing this stuff.
Cyrus, is the combat good? Like, do you like that part of it?
The combat is... I'm not sure if I like it or not. Sometimes I really like it. Sometimes I'm like, this is stupid. And I literally just, whenever I get into a fight, will leave the Switch down and let it fight itself for a while, and then I'll do something else.
So you can do that? You got auto battle?
There's a lot of it is auto battle, and then you can influence parts of the auto battle. And like if you are influencing the battle, it's like you're doing like hundreds of % more damage than if you just let it auto battle.
Right.
But what I did find was a bit interesting is because I leveled up so much by doing all this side quest stuff. Like, I just put the main story to the side for like 60 hours and was just doing side quest stuff. That they have a system where enemies on the map will like completely ignore you if they're 15 levels lower than you. So it means that you can, you know, they won't waste your time fighting mobs that are too weak for you to fight. So I got to all these parts in the story then when I finally started doing story chapters that were like, oh man, there's like these giant enemies up ahead. What are we gonna do? Like, this is good. And they're like, they nerf all your characters. They do almost no damage just to make this part really, really hard. But every enemy was just ignoring me, so I didn't actually have to fight any of them.
Wow.
So it's weird. I'm definitely about 50% like, 50% don't like this game.
Wow. Well, here's hoping the golden, what's it called? The golden book of magic
or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The game really starts to get good 180 hours in. I love games that do that.
When they finish that last tutorial section at like the 180 hour, oh man, it gets real good.
Seriously, I just don't understand why people play those kind of games and enjoy those kind of games. The Final Fantasy 13 defenders immediately come to mind.
Yeah, and I started playing this game because I'm like, okay, I'm done playing Splatoon and Street Fighter games that are just like endless and have no ending. I want a start to finish storyline. And now I've put like twice as many hours into this game as I have those.
Yeah, I think you picked the wrong genre, man.
Right.
I'll be strong. Next episode, I'll have a different game to talk about, promise.
Okay, cool.
Well, so that Power Rangers game is straight in the trash then?
They had an update. It fixed all the infinites. They've got plans for that game. They announced 3 free DLC characters are coming soon. It's going to be great.
Yeah, dude.
Thought that might wake Ty up.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, so Sai, you've also been playing another game that James has also been playing.
Yes.
So I guess, well, if you're listening to the audio version, let's go ahead and move on to James's new business, but Cyrus is going to influence at least this first part of it.
Like an RPG, he's going to tell me what to do with commands.
So James has been playing Final Fantasy VIII on the PC.
Hey, true story. That's one of the... I think that is literally the only Final Fantasy game I ever bought.
Wow. Okay, I was just joking.
You picked a hell of a random Final Fantasy to buy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think it came free with a graphics card.
Okay.
I think this was back when I was a PC game. I was like, oh, cool. I guess I'll take it. It was like, wow,
RPG. What an interesting acronym. Yeah. I should try this.
Wow, these boss summons load really quick on my new graphics card. Threw the game in the trash after like 10 hours or something like that. Anyway, no, we're going to talk about Joker, right?
Yeah.
Joker.
DC movie that's coming out.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah, tie-in
Joaquin
character. They
Phoenix.
took some interesting design choices with it, but it's pretty authentic.
Yeah.
Joaquin Phoenix finally in Smash. No, this is from a game series called Persona. I don't know if anyone's heard of it.
As a Nintendo player, no.
Yeah, that's right. It doesn't exist yet. I tried to download it day one, like many people, and couldn't. So the DLC hit just as I was on my way out to school, and I thought, cool, I'll maybe play a bit of Joker on the train. Nope, that wasn't happening. I got
Joke's on you.
Joke's on me. No, the servers went to shit, and nobody could download it for like, I don't know, the first 2 hours or something. Like, I can't remember. I don't know how long it was. It was enough. Like, when I got to university, I asked my students, "Has the update gone live yet?" And they're like, "No, we're still trying." You know, the students in my class were still trying. And then, you know, after the class, then it went live. That was a bit annoying, but anyway. So Joker, interesting. I've literally no connection with this game, this character, this series. I don't know what any of these moves or voice samples reference. It's like I'm so far detached from it, but, you know, still have fun with him. I did recognize a lot of the animations, and somebody actually did a GIF of this on Twitter. A lot of the animations seem to be reused from other characters. Like his charging up, Smash is Falco's, for example. And like maybe he's got like Roy's up air and stuff like that. Like just kind of really weird, like a mishmash of several characters. Not everything, but there's maybe like 4 or 5 of his standard, aerials and ground.
Interesting. I haven't actually seen those. I'll totally check that out after this, though.
If not copy and pasted, extremely influenced by other characters.
Yeah.
And then his gun is just like a super slow version of Bayonetta's one, I guess. Bayonetta's one is weird because it's got like an angle to it, hasn't it? But
yeah.
Joker's very straight, but it's just like bang, bang, bang. And somebody's actually made a Twitter account called like Joker mashups, and basically they worked out that the rhythm to his gun isn't exactly 120 beats per minute. So like you can fit pretty much any pop song to it. So there's like
I've seen like people playing like Dance Dance Revolution to the rhythm of his gunshots. And
I was like, "Call Me Baby." It's like dun 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 dun. The "Call Me Baby" song, and it just fits perfectly. Weird. So you're not really supposed to use that as it is. It does like 1% damage or something like that. Like barely even 1% damage is almost completely useless. And then his down special is like this, it's like building up meter, but also like a shield.
It's like a counter kind of, but it also builds up his persona.
Right. It doesn't counter,
meter, whatever it is.
Right. It doesn't counter until he turns into his persona. I don't know if that's
it doesn't. Okay, yeah.
So like it absorbs attacks, but you can obviously be easily grabbed and stuff like that. But it's interesting that, like compared to Cloud, for example, when Cloud's charging up his what's it called?
Limit break.
Limit break, thank you. Told you, don't play Final Fantasy game. His limit break, you can easily get hit out of that, right? But this one, like, you can't. I don't know how much damage you can withstand, but like, you're not immediately dead, if you're doing that move. And then his up special is pretty cool. It's like a grappling hook. And actually, on our footage that we've got on the site, I did a little breakdown of him. There's like a stage transition, and I almost die, but then I just do an upbeat at the last second, and I just kind of like, you can see me like hanging off the edge. So it's pretty cool. It does work. It's like it's longer than Samus's grapple beam
by a lot.
Does Link? No, Link doesn't even have that hook shot anymore, does he?
I think they gave it to one of the other Links, like Toon Link or someone has
it. Young Link might have it. I don't think.
Regular Link doesn't have it anymore. So. Yeah, but it's way longer than any of that anyway. It's pretty long, and you can actually grab people from above you and pull them down as well, which is pretty cool. But the whole point of Joker is to build up this meter to get his persona out, and that's when he actually starts to be good. So like his down special becomes a counter, and it's a pretty good counter. You can do it in the air and everything as well. His up B becomes like this huge super jump. You get like major recovery. So he doesn't have his grapple anymore. And then his gun becomes way more powerful, and like actually starts to do proper damage. Yeah. Oh, I forgot to talk about the side special as well. Side special is just this magic that he throws out, and
it kind of inflicts poison.
Yeah, so and that it inflicts a lot more poison when you've got your persona out. So he becomes basically a different character once he's got his persona out, and it's pretty cool. So it's all about, I guess, the pros are going to be all about, you know, getting up that, keeping people away, getting you meet up, and then just like wrecking havoc once that persona's out, right?
Yeah, he definitely feels like kind of like Bayonetta was released in Smash 4, in that his combos are kind of nuts compared to the rest of the cast at the moment. Like, he can just chain people across the stage really badly. So I'd say he's gonna get some tweaks in future patches.
Yeah, and obviously everyone online is using him now.
Yeah, my limited use of him that I've been having fun with is knocking people off the stage, and his gun, which is kind of useless on the ground, if you jump out over the edge of the stage and just shoot, it just hits them with enough like hit stun to knock them out of whatever they're doing. So if they're like trying to up B back onto the stage, you just shoot them once and then they just fall helplessly off the side.
Oh wow!
Nice.
So that's the fun I've been having with Joker.
Nice. And then obviously his stage is pretty cool, very colorful, and it changes according to the music. I mean, there's a whole Nintendo did a pretty cool breakdown video. It was almost like a mini direct, wasn't it? Like a 15-minute Joker video. They got a whole bunch of songs, like over 10.
Persona 3, 4, and 5. There's like 15, I think, total or something.
Yeah, but they're all grouped into, like, you know, the colors associated with whatever Persona 3, 4, 5 or whatever.
Yeah.
Like Persona 5 tracks make the stage turn red, and then the other ones green, blue, whatever. So that's pretty cool. And if you do some like stage morphing and then make sure you select different songs from different personas, you can have the stage kind of morphing into different colors and stuff. It's pretty cool. And then Cyrus, all the spirits, which I'm assuming you're loving.
Oh yeah, I totally forgot to even open that option menu.
So there's now a brand new option on the which menu is it? Oh fuck, who knows, right? These are Smash menus. Fuck knows where
Probably
it is.
in Spirits somewhere, in DLC Spirits.
Yeah,
or...
you go to Spirits, and then there's a new icon which has appeared, which is DLC Spirits, I think.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like the Spirits board, except they don't disappear. They're always there, so you can retry them as many times as you want. I think there's a whole bunch, maybe 10 or so Spirits, all based on all the characters from the Persona series. Most of them take part on the Persona level, but not always. And there's like all these guys, like I don't know, Takumi Takahashi from Persona 15 or whatever. I'm like, fuck knows who this guy is. It's like, it's Snake with a red outfit, and he's some other guy. It's like, okay, whatever. So there's like 2 levels of disinterest for me. It's like, no idea who these people are and don't care. And also, you know, Spirit, I'm not really bothered about them.
My only knowledge of Persona comes from like the Persona fighting game and BlazBlue Cross Tag.
Yeah, same.
Which is like, so all I know is like, it's a bunch of school kids. They fight like shadow monsters in a different world, and it's like, okay, cool.
I skipped all the dialogue.
Who's complaining about RPGs based in schools?
Me.
That was you. Okay, so not really one for you then.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
I did do Joker's his classic arcade mode or whatever it's called.
Oh yeah. Apparently there's a bug with that though. It's because it's related to his victory screen, right? His victory screen is pretty amazing. Like, he's kind of like running, and with all the colors in the background, which the color of the music track that you just played, right? And the thing that I thought was a bug, and then I was corrected on Twitter, and I know I just told the audience to go and watch that video that Nintendo did, the 50-minute breakdown, but I actually hadn't watched the full thing myself. And if I had, I would have known that if you end a battle with his final smash, it actually, that kind of freeze frame thing that he does, and then people kind of die behind him and stuff like that, it actually ends on that. And I was like, this is obviously a bug, you know, why is it not going to the proper victory screen? And I was like, fucking bug broke, you know.
What a scrub.
And then someone was like, actually, no, it's Sakurai on purposefully did that because he wanted to retain the atmosphere of Persona. You know, like when you do that whatever that
That
final
attack.
move is. What's that final move called? I have no idea what that final move is called, but it's taken from Persona 5. So he actually kept that purposefully and kept it like the game. I thought, oh, that's pretty cool. But that is also affecting his classic mode and causing a soft. You need to like do a soft restart of the game. In some occasions, I can't remember what it is, but like it's basically if you do something like if you end with a final smash or something like that, it basically you have to restart the game.
Only
not like
scrubs use Final Smash. I never saw that bug.
It's not a hard lock. You can just like quit out the game or whatever. Just like press the home button X to quit out. It's not like a full lock of the system, but it's obviously something that needs to be patched out. So there you go. I don't know if I'm going to use him beyond this first week of playing around with him, but he seems cool.
I definitely won't use him, but what he really made me aware of was I played it with my brother. My brother hadn't played it since Piranha Plant was added either.
Mm-hmm.
Is that Smash characters are really complicated now. Like he was picking them up, and I was explaining how to use them, and I'm like, man, this guy is quite complex. Like he's two characters in one because he basically switches once, and then even Piranha Plant has got really complicated attacks for the most part that feels strange. Like hold B while the ball goes up, and then tilt when it hits the angle.
Right. That's
tilt
ridiculous.
the plant pot over so it fires its smash in different directions. It's like,
and you can do that in the air as well.
Be really easy.
Yeah. What haven't happened to just hitting the yellow stick to smash people, right? Right.
So, good luck to new players. This is
but
this ain't your baby brother Smash no more.
In terms of like getting bang for your buck kind of thing, they did add a whole lot of shit. I mean, the stage, the music, the character, the spirits, his classic mode or whatever. There's a lot there, for like.
I assume you bought all the Mii Maker costumes too.
You have to buy those separately.
Yeah, all that was like the deals that was like mentioned in the direct was like also not included in the season pass.
Oh, that's bullshit.
Is these costumes?
Oh, is it like the cat or something like that?
Yeah, there's like the cat. There's one from each of the Persona games.
Okay. Wow. Nope. That's a hard pass from me. No, I would never buy Mii costumes for actual money. That's ridiculous. Yeah. King K. Rool was a purchasable. You could buy him in the Wii U version, right?
Yes.
Then he became a real character. So
yep.
There you
go. We have a question in the chat from good old Chris Blackstone. He's asking about the stage builder. Did you guys monkey around with that a little bit?
Oh boy, I saw some great tweets.
No. Oh, I did too.
I haven't made any myself, but I've tried a few out, and they have done a really good job with being able to like select these and play these. I was really impressed by that. Like, because like you go to the browser in the game, right? And you just hit it, and you just hit test, and it's just like, boom, you're in the level. There's like literally no loading. It's like like half a second of loading, and you can just test out the level, download, done. It's like it's not even 1 second. It's incredibly fast. The only problem now is like actually finding good stages that you would actually want to download.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Chris brought up a good one, and this is one of the ones I'm familiar with. Is the blue-haired anime girl with the shaking
with the
ass.
Butt shaking.
Yeah.
So good.
There's quite a few ass shaking ones actually.
But like if you compared that stage to the scene from the anime that's based on, it's like perfect. Even the rhythm that she's shaking the butt is like perfect.
Oh wow, okay. I just thought it was random. I mean, another one I saw too was a Wii Fit trainer with enormous boobs, and she just keeps moving it around like.
Yeah, I hope people, after they've got over the whole boob and wang part of it, actually start.
We're 30 years into the internet; it hasn't happened yet.
Yeah, I saw a pretty good wholesome one. Somebody recreated the desk from the intro of Smash on 64.
Ooh,
yeah,
nice.
I saw that.
Like that.
It's a fun stage.
And I like how they've done touchscreen implementation. It gives me hope that they'll do that in Mario Maker 2. Like when it's undocked, you can just like draw stuff with your finger. but now they've got layers. They didn't have that in the Wii U version. Like you actually put foreground, background, and middle layers, and animated parts as well, which is now why we have the ass shaking stuff.
I didn't even realize that the Wii U version had a stage builder.
Yeah. Wow. You could draw on the tablet and stuff like that. But it was quite limited. It was better than Brawl. Brawl was very much like Lego, just like you put pieces in, and it was very, very limited. Like I think you could unlock stuff in Brawl. Like I've forgotten how you do that, but like maybe it's by doing the challenges thing. Like the equivalent of the achievements thing. You could unlock more parts, but like it was very, very limited. And then Wii U one was like much, much better. But now you can actually select any background you want. So you can actually start with one of the original backgrounds and then just kind of build up from there. So they've done a really good job with it. And that got leaked actually between the last episode and this episode. It was kind of leaked through a TV spot, wasn't it? Like
the menu showed the menu for Smash, and it was in the corner.
Right. I don't know if you can call that a leak when it was announced a couple of days later, but whatever. Part of the plan.
Yeah, I've never been a huge fan of level designers. Probably won't use this much. Might download some from other people, but
yeah, super fast. You can download Mii costumes as well.
One thing I would love to do as from a tournament perspective would be super cool is if they released like a template, which is like just the default Omega stage, and then you can paint that and color it whatever you want, but it keeps it at Omega stats. So that way you could run a tournament and have draw the logo for your tournament in the background and have people fight on that stage, so the people watching the stream would be like,
that'd be cool.
Yeah, I would love if that was a feature.
Have done that. What games have done that? Didn't Guilty Gear do that? They have a tournament stage, and you can put your own bunch of words in the back.
Yeah,
and Street Fighter has stages that have billboards that show what tournament's going on.
Right.
Cool.
Nice. That should be easy to do, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
People with skill.
It's never going to happen, but it'll be cool.
Yeah, I'll probably play around with it. All right. So, Cyrus, anything else to add? No? Good?
Nope. Joker, he's a character. Never going to use him again. The end.
You guys are really silent for me, huh? I mean,
was there anything else added to Smash? Am I forgetting anything? In the 3.0 update? It was Joker and the stage builder. Was that it? I'm sure there was something else. Probably. Get back to on that one.
Those seem like the main things.
Yeah. All right then. Cool.
It gives me hope for future DLC. If this is the love and attention they're giving it, I'm really curious to see what's coming next.
Yeah. Well, James, you had another game that you had been playing.
Oh, right. Is this my name?
Yeah. It's still this is. Yeah, it was kind of like a mix between you and Size.
All right, crossover. Okay, we did the high five, and now it's up to me. Okay.
Yes.
So last episode I talked about a point-and-click adventure game called Trüberbrook, and the video review is now live, so you can check that out. I really enjoyed it. The story really goes places, and I'll say if you like Lost, or maybe even Stranger Things, or even another TV show which I've forgotten the name of.
Breaking Bad.
No, Twin Peaks.
Oh yeah,
Twin Peaks. Those kind of mysterious, weird kind of based in an old town, and weird things happens. It goes places, and it starts off kind of traditionally, but weird things start to happen, and you should check out the video review, and if you're interested, you give it a shot. I mean, like I said in the last episode, there are a few things where it's combining weird combinations of stuff to solve a puzzle. But if you get stuck, you can use my amazing walkthrough, which I'll talk about later in Now Playing. But that should help you out. But it's a really fascinating game, and the visual side alone is pretty cool. That kind of claymation stuff is pretty cool. But the story is really cool, and it's just fun. I haven't played one of those games in I can't remember 20 years or something like that. And that feeling is kind of cool. To play those kind of games again.
How long did it take you to clear it?
That's a good question, Danny.
Okay, sorry.
I'll find out while I'm talking about the next game.
Okay.
So the main game, I can finally talk about this, is SteamWorld Quest, which is the embargo for talking about it and reviews is like, was it like yesterday?
Yeah.
So I can finally talk about it. And Truba book took me 5 hours to complete.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's not very long. I'm currently 10 hours into SteamWorld Quest, and I haven't finished it yet. I'm just over the halfway line. And yeah, so SteamWorld Quest. What do you want to know? We're watching the first 30 minutes footage that we've got on our
I got
YouTube
some
channel.
beautiful bean footage right here.
Oh, interesting. They show the 2 starter characters. Then there are more characters to unlock in your party as you progress through the game. So this is quite a difficult one to describe because like it's been described as like an RPG. But Danny, help me out with this. The name of this game on the 3DS. It was like a me-based RPG.
Me-topia?
Yes, thank you. It is more similar to that than a Final Fantasy, for example.
Okay.
So what I mean, if you can't remember Metopia, it was kind of like a linear RPG. RPG in the very kind of loosest sense of an RPG. In that it's turn-based battles and you're going through a story and you've got characters that you level up and you've got items and stuff to do, but there's no like exploring towns or like picking up items and finding clues to go somewhere else and then going on a world map to another place. There's none of that. It is very much a linear progression. So like it's based up in it's cut up into like chapters and acts. But once you go from chapter 1 to chapter 2, you can't go back to the chapter 1 place, for example. You kind of pushed forward through the story, kind of thing.
Okay.
So if you're thinking this is like you got this huge world map and you're kind of going around it like that, it's not like that. It's very 2D in its method of like how you play the game and how you progress through the game. 2D is the key word here because like you do have like a plane that you can move back and forward, like a scrolling beat 'em up, like a Final Fight kind of thing. You can go back and forward to the foreground and background, but that's only when you're kind of just going through the stages. Once you go into a battle, you're kind of locked in a kind of traditional, turn-based, kind of RPG kind of thing. So the card-based part of it, that's nothing to worry about. Like if you hate card-based games, it's nothing to worry about. It's not really that kind of game. It's like the cards are just a thing. It's just like how you use an attack. It's not, you're not going around like collecting cards and stuff like that. Like you unlock cards as you go through the game. You can upgrade cards and you can make cards when you meet this kind of merchant person. You can craft new cards that if you get like you get materials and stuff when you fight enemies. You're not picking up these materials on the floor. You just get them when you do these battles. So you're using like 10 bits of cotton and like 15 pieces of water to create something like that. That's what I'm talking about, right? There's like a whole bunch of materials, like 20 materials that you're collecting. So this game is all about like the story and the combat. So it's just like a little bit of story, next battle, combat. A little bit of story, next combat. That's how the game progresses. Then there's nothing else to the game. That is literally it. So, and thankfully the combat is fun. And the thing that I like about this is that it actually, because I'm not a very strategic guy. I'm more of a kind of like I like kind of immediate action. I like to like hit buttons and kill things, and things that
I'm all out of buttons.
Right, like so like stopping and thinking is not really my thing when it comes to video games, at least.
Sure, pal.
And real life probably. But so I was a bit worried, like, okay, is this going to be like very kind of plodding and like methodical and kind of tedious? But like I do like the way that this game makes you think. It's like, okay, you need to think about what moves you're going to play against these enemies, which are like, the cards that you need to lay down. So basically you can lay down 3 cards. Each character, in this intro part that we're watching now in the video, I've only got 2 characters unlocked. And basically you can select from, you got like maybe 9 cards at the bottom. And some of those are red cards, and that's this character that we're looking at now. And some of them are blue cards, which is the other character, this kind of magician. There she is. There, she's called Copernica, I think she's called, and she's a kind of magician, magic kind of based character. So you can select, like 2 blue cards and then 1 red card. You can only select up to 3 before you start attacking. So you can do 2 blue and 1 red, or you can do 3 red or 3 blue. So if you're doing all red, then only the kind of the physical character will attack, right? And if you do 3 of the same color, then it'll kind of like do like a 4th like special attack. So it's better to kind of chain same colored cards, same character cards together, because then you get like a 4th attack, which is usually like some kind of cool spell or some kind of super attack that finishes with it. Like here, good one to start with is one Bravado, which kind of like builds up your strength of your character. And then maybe Heroic Strike, which is like just a regular sword hit. And then, like Fury, which is like a more stronger attack. And then she'll finish with this one called Braveheart, which is like, super sword attack. These are both female characters, by the way. So things like that. So it's, you have to think, what kind of attacks you're going to do, and best, like these little goblin guys, probably sword attacks work fine, but then you've got other ones which are going to put status effects on you, and you need to cancel those out, so you're going to use magic for those kind of things, right? And there's like the usual thing like fire attacks and ice attacks and stuff, like electric attacks, stuff like that. So yeah, it's really interesting. And like when you get to the bosses, you really have to think. And the point where I am now, actually just before recording, I just finally beat this boss, which I've been stuck on for freaking ages. Like I must have died about 8-9 times. And it was just because my strategy wasn't right. I just needed to, think what this boss is throwing at me and what do I need to do to counteract that. So, you respawn right just before the boss. So it's no big deal. You're not punished for like dying very much. You can go back to these statues. You got full health again. You got full everything, and it's just a case of like going to your cards section on your pause screen and like arranging which cards you want to take into battle with you, which ones are going to work best with against this boss. And I thought about it, and I died, and then I thought, okay, I need to go back to the drawing board, and I try again, and I finally cracked it. I was like, okay, I know what I need. And it worked out. And that feeling of like working out what to do is really, really satisfying. And pretty much like regular enemies not going to give you too much trouble, but it's the bosses. Some of the bigger enemies you do occasionally bump into some big enemies that you need to think about as well. So it's like that satisfaction of like, working out what hands you need to like, or decks you need to like take into battle with you and stuff. That's it's really cool. I think the only negative thing I could think against the game is that there isn't really much like exploration to it. It is very, very linear. Like for example, what you're looking at here, like you can go up and down in the levels, and it's all like 2D. You have to kind of imagine it like almost like pieces of paper, like lined up with each other. You can go between these planes, but like it's not really like 3-dimensional. It's quite hard to kind of wrap your head around, really, because it's like it feels like it should be in 3D. These kind of games are usually like from isometric point of view, so you can kind of visualize the map better, but this is like completely 2D. So it's like having a Mario stage, but like going to another Mario stage like behind it kind of thing, and then coming back to the foreground and stuff like that. It's kind of a little bit weird to get your head around, but you do occasionally have to kind of find chests and stuff in these kind of like like a building and stuff like that. So it feels a bit weird, like doing all these things on like a 2D plane, trying to explore, and it's like, have I been here before? Because they sometimes look the same, and it's like, okay, have I been here before or not? So there've been some occasions where I've like not known which way to go. I was like, I thought I'd been down this path, and oh no, it's a different path. It looks almost exactly the same, but it was a different corridor, that kind of thing. But that kind of frustration hasn't lasted very long. It's just a minor quibble. But yeah, if you're a fan of the Steam World kind of aesthetic, you'll see lots of hints, like the cogs and stuff, the golden cogs that you've seen in other games. They show up. She's actually got a necklace made out of them and stuff. And there are some other hints to the other games in there as well. And the writing is really good. And there was actually an airplane reference, which always gets extra bonus points for me.
What an asshole!
Yeah, not that one. I won't spoil it, but when it showed up, I was like, "Oh shit, airplane! That's great," and it worked really well. Made me laugh. So yeah, I haven't actually decided on my final score yet. I haven't actually, I haven't finished the game, so I can't complete my review yet. But I think if what I've said even vaguely interests you, give it a shot. It's a very professionally well-made game, and it seems to have a good amount of content, good amount of strategy to it. So yeah, I would say give it a shot.
Yeah, Lemonade actually mentioned in the chat, he said, well, similar to Metopia, you have my interest.
All right, there you go.
Yeah.
I'm getting into this in-game music.
Oh yeah, the music's really good. Yes, thank you, Ty. You've reminded me about music 2 episodes in a row now.
I know,
first
right?
First one was for Yoshi, because Ty's the only one that can hear the gameplay, the game music.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, if it sucks, I'm not going to say anything. But this is great. It sounds like the Soul Calibur guy did it, but I have no idea who did it.
That's an interesting observation. Yeah, last episode it was Yoshi and the terrible music.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh right.
This episode, it's
I totally just lied.
Steamworld Crest.
Because I was so irritated by the music that I had to speak up. But this is great.
Yeah, it's very good music. Great music. Yep. So I'll probably talk about it one more time next episode when I've hopefully completed it and finished my review.
All right. So, who's behind this game? Who developed it?
Image Inform, the SteamWorld Dig.
Oh right.
People, yeah.
Okay.
SteamWorld Heist. Yeah, and I really appreciate how they just kind of go into other genres. SteamWorld Heist was just a fantastic turn-based strategy game, and SteamWorld Dig is SteamWorld Dig.
Right. I mean, Brian Sergeson, the Image Informed dude, he was on IGN NBC a month ago or something, talking about this game and also talking about other genres that he kind of wants to take. He basically wants to take this series into all sorts of kind of crazy different genres and stuff. But that's cool.
I say good luck to him, and I mean, not in the sarcastic way.
You're right. Yeah,
it's like the Shovel Knight guys. When they say, "Oh, we want to do a Shovel Knight 64," it's yeah, that'd be cool. When you like a developer, you kind of want to see them apply their magic to other things. And Image Inform are definitely those kind of guys. We should get him on the show because he lived in Japan. He's been on a Japanese game show. I've seen a clip of him playing in one of those crazy Japanese, and he was speaking really good Japanese, on a Japanese game show.
Was it with Mike Myers?
Call the embassy, Martha.
Have to get him on. Yeah. Right then. Cool. I think that's everything, right?
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Well, next up, Ty, you've been playing something that seems pretty cool. At least it sounded cool. Do you want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah. In fact,
acronym's not cool.
I can show you.
Yeah. I hope it's really not spelled like that. But
all right. Y'all see this?
Looks like an Xbox.
All right. I don't know why that stream froze.
I don't know either.
Claims of Ty being able to show us were grossly exaggerated.
Yes.
I'll just re-add it. Oh wait, yeah, here we go. Oh, it's because I tapped out of the thing. That's right. All right, here we go.
Xbox shut down.
Nice try. I don't have the mic plugged in.
Oh, okay.
I think your games, James.
So, Ty, for the audio listeners, what do we got here?
All right, we got Konami Anniversary Collection Arcade Classics. as opposed to what I wrote in the agenda, which was Konami Classic Collection with all Ks.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Better not.
Yep.
Mortal Kombat will be on your ass.
Isn't that the Krusty the Clown joke?
Yes, thank you. So, I have a big handful of OG Konami arcade games. Actually, I think some of these are actually Famicom games, maybe. We'll see. So what do we got? We got Scramble. We got Twin B. We got Nemesis, which is actually the first Gradius game.
Uh-huh.
We have Lifeforce, which you might remember from the old Famicom.
I played that.
That's right. It's weird because the Japanese version, I'm pretty sure it was called Salamander.
Yeah, there's a lot of weird differences in the names.
So I wonder what happens if I change the region on my system, if it'll change the arcade names.
It probably will.
Stereo sound.
Yeah. What else we got? We got Typhoon. We got Haunted Castle.
Oh.
Yeah.
What? Isn't that Castlevania?
Yeah, dude. And they've announced like just like the other day, they announced the lineup in the Castlevania arcade classic collection.
Yeah.
And it has some wild stuff in it. It's got the Game Boy ones. It's got Kid Dracula.
Yeah, the Famicom version too. So it's not the Game Boy one of that.
Right. All right. What else? We got Vulcan Venture, another fucking Gradius game, I'm pretty sure. Thunder Cross. A bonus book. I haven't looked in the bonus book. You guys want to look in the bonus book?
Sure, that's good podcast material.
Yeah. Ooh.
History of Konami Arcade Classics.
Yeah, a nice regal-looking book. Ooh, right.
Edited by Famitsu.
Ty, skip to the last page. It'll probably show like lots of pachinko machines.
Holy shit! We got developer interviews. Oh wow! This is like a book. There's so many fucking words in this.
And then we canceled the game to make a pachinko machine.
Right? See me in
laughter.
Rumble Rose's pachinko.
Right. So, like, of these, have you put a lot of time into any game in particular, or?
Not yet. I haven't had a lot of free time to play this because I've been busy, and I've been going to a new fighting game weekly.
Ooh.
Nearby, so I'm playing random fighting games, playing some old stuff, playing some new stuff. Yeah.
Is no one playing Mortal Kombat?
Playing what?
Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat 11.
Oh yeah, that's just came out like today.
Yeah, today.
Yeah.
Ish. Yeah.
Old.
I've been watching the story mode on YouTube, but haven't bought it yet.
I heard Jax goes back in time and solves racism.
Is that actually true?
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing. Yeah, and apparently the Switch version runs at 60, even portably.
Yeah, they made the choice between like visual quality and like frame rate, and they went with frame rate, which is good.
Yeah, that's the way.
It looks like an N64 game, but it's smooth as silk.
Yeah, it's got that sweet like 18 gigabyte installation on Switch, even if you buy the physical card.
Oh god,
excellent!
Oh shit! So you can't, if you buy the game and then go on an airplane, you literally can't play it.
You're screwed.
You're screwed.
Man.
So Ty, I noticed when you were like booting this up that it said all these games, powered by Arcade Archive class, the Arcade Archive things. So like, does that mean that maybe this is something that's already known and I just didn't realize it? But I guess all these games are the same things that might be already available in like PS4 and Xbone and the Switch that you can buy like piecemeal.
I haven't seen this piecemeal on Xbox at least.
Okay, this particular game.
Yeah.
Well, okay, because I mean, okay, maybe it's okay. Yeah, maybe it's just hamsters just behind the emulation or something. I'm not sure.
There's too many of those games on Switch now. There's like 58 of them.
Dude,
like a week.
There's probably more than that. I mean, I get it. They're putting this stuff out on a very, very consistent basis.
This looks very familiar. Danny, Turd Volcano?
Right? Yeah.
Is it coming up?
Yep. Can't wait.
That's not the third one I'm talking about, Cyrus.
Right.
Literally talking about shit coming out of a volcano.
I've played Conker's Bad for a Day.
Right. Well, Ty, I
Cool.
mean, in this collection, is there any game? I mean, I know you're playing. What the heck is this? Galaga? No,
Gradius.
that's what I said.
Or Nemesis, rather, but yeah.
But is there any game in particular on this that you got this for?
There it is.
or-
Turd Volcano.
Yeah,
Woo!
Turd Volcano. That's a classic first level Gradius. Not really. I just wanted to. Well, I'm actually a pretty big fan of the Gradius series, so I want to get in on those. Get the achievements. Play some fucking Lifeforce.
Uh-huh.
That game is hard as shit. At least the NES version.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah, so we were saying they let you put your horoscope in your initials when you win or when you get a high score.
Really?
Yeah, dude.
One thing that strikes me, Danny, compared to the Famicom version, it's so smooth.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Jesus
Yeah, I know.
Christ, the Famicom version is so bad.
Yeah. It's it's a Famicom game. But it's,
They did well to cram it in.
Yeah.
Right then.
Yep.
So is that Castlevania collection? It's not going to have Symphony of the Night in it.
Nope.
No, it's all older ones. Like I kind of have my fingers crossed that they'd like dump all the GBA ones on there, but nope.
Yeah.
I mean, there's going to be probably 2 Castlevania collections then.
Yeah.
I think they already announced another one. Maybe
Yeah.
I don't know.
Because
I mean,
I
think
like
James, like Greg Leahy has a theory that maybe this one's all kind of like straightforward Castlevania games, and maybe the next collection will be kind of more like Metroid or whatever the hell you want to call it,
right.
like that
Metroid
type.
games.
Yeah, Metroid-ish, Metroidvania.
Castlevania games.
That too, but not like Castlevania 1 Castlevania.
Ones with backtracking in. That's what he means.
Yes,
He means the fighting game from the Wii.
Like
Yeah, dude.
the talking about Persona 5, games that have not been on Nintendo systems yet. Castlevania Symphony of the Night is a game that still hasn't been on the Nintendo system. And it's kind of getting weird now.
Yeah, it's been on.
It's
Xbox.
almost worthy of a rant from me.
Right.
If I cared about Castlevania enough, I would go on a rant and then magically make it appear.
Well, we do know that you are basically a Castlevania expert.
That's right.
In terms of gameplay only, but
On it, yeah.
not on the history, but
That's right.
Yeah.
Video evidence.
Maybe I'm weird, but I'm excited to play the GBA Castlevanias.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. I mean, I haven't played them in a long time. At least.
I know. Wait, did I say GBA? I meant Game Boy.
Oh, okay. Well,
No, they should put the GBA ones on Switch and then keep them as dark as possible.
Oof.
Like make the Switch turn its internal light off. Right?
Oof.
All right.
How about those DS Castlevanias?
pretty nice ones.
Yeah, dude.
Never heard of them.
Cool. Well, Ty, thank you for sharing this with us. You'll definitely have to report back whenever you beat the the Castlevania that's on this but isn't Castlevania.
Haunted Castle.
I was gonna say House of the Dead. It's like, no, that doesn't sound right.
Mickey Mouse's Haunted Castle.
Yes.
No, what was it? It wasn't Haunted Castle. Was it Mickey Mouse's something?
Castle of Illusions.
Castle of Illusion, yeah.
As opposed to Bugs Bunny's Crazy Castle.
All spelled with K's.
Oh shit!
We've come full circle.
Right.
All right.
Konami's Crazy Races. All spelled with K's as well. Even Races is spelled with a K.
Yes. It's very strange how that works out.
Yep. Okay,
Alrighty.
so thanks. That's Ty's Show and Tell.
Show and tell.
That's the new segment. I have to get a jingle for that.
Yep.
Next.
Crap. Sorry, messing around with some buttons. All right. Well, I'll go ahead and close out new business for us. So one thing that I had picked up, and there's actually a review we already have up, on our YouTube channel and stuff, but it is for this crazy contraption that if you're watching the video version, you could see this, but if you're not, I look really cool right now because I'm holding the Nintendo Labo VR up to my face.
Now you've done it.
You look so cool.
Right. Like I'm
No, put it back on.
Okay. It's gonna be like this for the rest of the episode. So I can see all you guys in 3D too. It's really cool.
I can use that for the thumbnail.
Yeah. See, it's right
Yeah.
here. But
What can you see?
nothing inside of a dark box.
Oh, you don't have the Switch in it?
No, that's downstairs. I have a thing for empty boxes. So I mean,
Right.
there we go.
How much is that cardboard worth?
Probably nothing now because I've already, punched it out. I should have just left it pristine in the box. But
How much it would cost you? That's what I meant.
oh, okay. I think for just the set that I bought, it was only about 3,500 yen. like 35 bucks or something like that.
Just for the goggles.
Yeah, just the goggles, and then you get the stupid blaster that I really didn't care about. But
bazooka, you mean?
Excuse me, what? Not. Yeah, bazooka. You're right.
Do Americans not say bazooka?
No, we do. I for whatever reason in my head this was just called a blaster. And I'm just looked at the Japanese box.
The Western ones it's called a blaster, but only in the Japanese one it's called bazooka.
Okay, well that makes sense. Yeah, but anyways, I have not put the bazooka together because that just looks like something I don't want to do. I mean, mainly, I just wanted to try out the VR stuff. That's the main thing I want to do. This is the base stuff. And then, actually tomorrow, as of the time of this recording, the updates are going to be out for Zelda and Mario. So I'm going to be trying those out and seeing how that all kind of works out.
Well, we really timed this episode well.
Exactly. So
the day before. Brilliant.
Yeah. Tomorrow, too, Final Fantasy 12 comes out on the Switch here. I'm going to be playing that, but don't have it now, obviously.
Great.
Yeah, but anyways, I mean, this wasn't very hard to put together. If you're really focusing on it, you could probably finish it in like 20, 30 minutes or something like that. I have a pretty in-depth review up on our YouTube that you should check out if you want to get some really in-depth type of stuff. But, just kind of generally speaking, I mean, VR stuff, it's fine. It's good enough. It's a good introduction to VR. It's like really kind of small experiences that people can try out, and I think that's exactly what Nintendo wanted with this. So
nice.
But I mean, as for like the Zelda and the Mario stuff that's coming out, the Mario stuff, I mean, Jesus Christ! By the time this is live on the audio version, people are gonna have already played this. But yeah, so
what's the standout ones for the little mini games then, the VR ones?
With that, they had a basketball shooting one. I really like that.
So are you using the Joy-Cons on the side of the thing to shoot?
So some of the games you're holding it up to your head, like this, and then you have another hand that's free, and then sometimes you could use a Joy-Con, kind of like what you would with a Wii remote. Some games have it so you have to have the Joy-Con locked into the system, so you're kind of holding it all together and doing some stuff. Those are kind of weird. I wasn't really a big fan of that. Yeah,
it must be hard to kind of keep it on your eyes and control and move around.
It's just kind of weird. And they always suggest that you sit down when you're doing this. I mean, obviously, if you're standing up, especially in a small Japanese house, you're gonna bump your legs into some tables or something, or fall through your TV. So
hopefully,
right. No, but I mean, for me, I think the coolest stuff that they had on here was honestly like just some VR videos that they had. There wasn't anything like too terribly clever or anything that was like mind-blowing, but just the idea of like these videos that are on there, and it's just something that you could just jump into really passively. You don't have to worry about doing anything controls. You're just looking around. That was pretty cool. And I really hope that, I don't think this is going to happen, but I think it'd be cool if they had some kind of like a VR video hub that they have that people can use this thing for, because otherwise, like, basically, okay, this thing's only been out for like less than 2 weeks, and I think everybody's already done with it. So
straight in the recycling bin.
Yeah.
So what were the videos that they had? What kind of things?
They have like 33 different videos on there.
Wow.
Some things like magic tricks. Sometimes just like, like the first video is like this guy dressed up as Mario, and he's kind of like reaching towards you and pulling like a string out of you. It's kind of stupid, but other things too. It's like you're in a fish tank with a bunch of fish, animals, things like that.
Just videos to make kids go, whoa.
Kind of. I mean, I showed it to my wife. She's like, "Whoa, that's pretty cool." I was like, yeah, it's interesting, but I mean, you're not
never gonna do it again.
I mean, you're not gonna be like, man, I just watched those puppies just like rolling around all over the floor. I watch that every single day for 30 minutes. No, you're not gonna do that. So
you watch it once and never again.
Kind of. Yeah.
Brilliant.
But so yeah, I've been kind of monkeying around with that, and I'll be kind of playing around a little bit more with that. But I also did manage to pick up Cuphead last week when that game first came out, and on the Switch, not generally speaking. And actually, Lemonade brings up a thing that I kind of remembered too, because I said magic tricks, with the Nintendo Labo VR. They did similar stuff with Nintendo Video on the 3DS. Back then, they had just random 3D videos, not even just Nintendo Video. This other thing I talk about in my review, the kind of localized name would be Spot Pass TV for this Japan only service. But yeah, there's all sorts of like different programs like that.
Yeah, they had Shaun the Sheep 3D.
Yeah,
as well.
Shaun the Sheep was on there.
Good stuff.
Yeah, seriously, if you haven't checked out my review for that, yeah, check it out. I talk
That's
about
a good
lot
video.
Of,
yeah, I like
thank
it.
you. Talk about a lot of stuff. But for Cuphead, I really didn't know what I was going to be getting into. My image was basically like a Mario game, just like side scrolling, and then you come to a boss at the end of like X amount of levels or something. So I was really, because I mean, I didn't really check out any videos or any like long plays or anything of the game. Just basically what I know from the game is maybe some of the things that Ty said, and that people just said that the game's hard as shit. So, but yeah, I mean, it's freaking gorgeous. Even on the Switch, it runs super smooth. The load times seem a little bit long. I mean, Ty, was it kind of like that on Xbone or PC too, or?
Oh, we can find out.
Okay.
All right then.
Yeah.
Typing the load up right now.
Right, I already closed my Xbox app, but I can just open it back up. Let's go.
Okay. I'm not saying that it's like really bad, but it's just like, oh, this is taking a little bit longer than what I expected.
I saw a video of Mortal Kombat 11 on the Switch, and that had some really long load times.
I could see
Maybe.
that.
Because that's the 18 gig install that you need.
Yeah.
Right. Good luck to you.
Right. But man, I'm actually really surprised how much fun I've been having with this. Yeah, it's really, really goddamn hard. But the boss fights, which is like kind of like the main bread and butter of the game, they're so awesome. And I mean, when you die, you don't feel, at least to me at this point, I'm like about halfway through the game, I haven't felt like this is fucking bullshit. I haven't felt like that. I just felt like, because the game controls like it's like so tight, and like any type of mistake that you make, I honestly feel like, oh man, I totally screwed that up. So yeah, actually. So,
Ty's actually loading up Cuphead right now on the Xbox.
Yeah. That's right.
Yeah.
So let's look for some loading times. See how we do.
Yeah, this does look a little bit.
Are you talking about loading times like when you start a level kind of thing?
I'm just talking about just like kind of like right now, like what Ty's doing.
Yeah, you get the same hourglass guy.
Yeah.
Actually,
yeah. Dude, I just finished this whole world for just today.
Nice.
The second aisle.
So we'll enter level here.
You talk to Mr. Dice.
Yep. This does seem a little bit. Yeah, this does seem a little bit faster than loading times and what it would be on the Switch. I mean, it's like I said, it definitely doesn't break the game or anything like that. It's still completely fine. Don't show me too much over here, Ty. I haven't made it all the way over here yet, bud.
All right, we'll roll back a little bit.
All right. But yeah, like I said, I mean, I never really felt like this was being unfair to me or anything. The controls are really precise, and man, some of these things you have to be in. I mean, hit detection and stuff like that is really good. You never really feel cheaped out. Just like, oh, that thing barely touched me, or anything like that. It's like, no, if something touches you, yeah, you're screwed. And it's just a matter of
did it to yourself.
Yeah, it's just all precision based and just having the dexterity just to kind of keep on going, I guess.
Wow, this game looks so good.
Yeah, and this is just the overworld. I mean, yeah, if you're listening to the audio version and you haven't played it, the overworld is kind of like a top-down isometric type of a deal, and you get to control either Cuphead or Mugman walking around on a little map, and then you go into the different bosses. And I beat this guy earlier today.
I don't know what my controller layout is because I play this with my fight stick usually.
Oh. Yeah, and I was just playing with the Pro controller and also playing a little bit in handheld. And I was just using the joystick for it, and it felt fine. Because I mean, I didn't want to rely on the Pro controller D-pad for anything.
Oh right, yeah, shit.
But it was fine.
Ooh, on that topic, actually, I forgot to mention that during my new business.
Yeah, you got a new controller.
I got a new controller for that. Well, not for that very same reason, but if you look on my screen now, I got a Super Nintendo style controller. Mm-hmm. Which it's got the sticks on as well. Right. It's the 8-bit Do. I think it's the SN30 Pro. So it's got the triggers and the shoulder buttons. Mm-hmm. Nice D-pad, 2 sticks and everything. It's got all the same functions. It's got the click in everything.
Yeah.
But it just looks like an SNES pad. Right. So that'd be good for Tetris and 2D games.
Yeah.
other 2D games.
Ty, let me ask you. Whenever you first made it through Cuphead, do you remember how many times you had died?
I do not remember. Like some levels I thought were not too hard. Some I thought were really hard.
Yeah.
Like actually, I think in my opinion, the hardest levels were the dragon and probably the roller coaster guy. That's also in this area.
Yeah, the roller coaster guy kicked my ass so much. Actually, the dragon. I think my first try, I got like over 75% of the way through the level, and then I fucking died. Yeah, and then
it was like the hardest one for me. So maybe it kind of depends on your own habits.
Yeah, I mean, I was using because there's like a lock-on gun that you can use, and I think you were just using it in the gameplay that we had, and that's good on that dragon boss, except for later on when it could.
Oh yeah, there's things you don't want to shoot.
Exactly, I learned that the hard way. Yeah.
Oh, so you can't change weapons mid?
No, you can. You can.
You get to choose 2 weapons and you swap between them.
Okay.
So for that one, I usually use like the regular straightforward shot for most of it, and then like on the middle segment, I use the seeking one.
Nice.
Yeah.
Are those unlocked throughout the game, or are they all there from the start? Or
there's a shop that you can get coins from going into what they call run and gun levels. Basically, kind of like the regular side-scrolling levels, and you use these coins to buy stuff in the shop. Yeah, so you just kind of decide what you want to spend your hard-earned coins on.
And there's hidden coins around the map too.
Oh, okay.
Cute.
Hint, Danny, if you haven't gotten any of those, there's a lot.
Damn, I mean, I found a hidden area, but just one.
I love things like that. It reminds me of Donkey Kong Country 3.
Yeah, I'm thinking, oh man, I'm gonna have to go back and keep doing this stuff. I'm at about 54% right now, I think. So I'm gonna keep going with it.
For overall completion.
Yeah.
Wow, that's pretty good.
So
nice
cool.
Shooting dicks.
Right. Alrighty. Well, that's gonna go ahead and do it for new business. So we're gonna go ahead and move on to now playing at thefamicast.com. Alrighty, now playing at Famicast.com. As like we said, lots of stuff going up on the site. A lot of stuff from James this past week. So, so like we said a little bit earlier, we have 30 minutes of StreamWorld Quest up right now. You can see that. James, you're going to be doing a review kind of as soon as you can, or
as soon as I complete the game.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm trying.
Yeah.
I was playing all up until we started recording this podcast. I've been playing it.
Yeah. And I mean, James, you've just been knocking it out, man. You've been playing a lot of different stuff. Reverie, the game that looks kind of like Earthbound. James has a four-part walkthrough that I think it's all up right now.
Well, earlier Cyrus was talking about games that don't end, but I was playing a lot of games that do end, quite quickly, like between 5 and 10 hour games. Reverie was like, less than maybe 5 hours. Trouba Book was 5 hours. So that was a good 1-2 punch.
So.
Yeah, I have a few games lined up like Necrodancer that I wanna try and burn through after I finish my Xenoblade Chronicles.
Oh yeah. I don't think there's any such thing as burning through Necrodancer. So
God, why do you do these things to me, Ty?
So yeah, I've got a 4-part video of Reverie, the Earthbound looking game that Danny was just mentioning, and I've got a 5-part walkthrough of Trouba Book. So I did lots of kind of very long, kind of multiple part video series on the YouTube channel, on the pod, and on the website. So yeah, check them out.
Yep.
And there's the Trouba Book video review or written review. Choose your poison, which one you like. And then with the Persona Joker stuff, I added that video to our big list of all the video, the Smash videos that we have, which I talked about multiple times when Smash first came out, how I did a video for each game series that's represented in Smash, like a Mario series, Zelda series, Metroid series. So I added a Persona series one to that list. So I think there's like something ridiculous, like 30 game series that are represented in Smash Ultimate.
Yeah.
Absolutely ridiculous how many game series are in that now.
Hopefully there's no more people from Persona, then you would have to redo your video.
Right, yeah, exactly. Part 2. And then, Danny, your Labo stuff, right?
Yep. Like I said earlier, Labo, it's not, I'd say review. There's no
Labo,
score.
Labo.
There's no score or anything, but you should check it out if you haven't already.
Yep, you got written and video stuff, right?
That's right.
And then for patrons, the latest Patreon exclusive podcast just went live with episode 5 of Life in Japan. And Life in Japan is like me, my buddy Reggie, and Jay Dubs, who's been on the regular podcast before. He runs ALT Insider podcast. Basically, we met up at my university, well, me and Reggie at my university, and Jay Dubs over the line. And we talk about all Japan stuff. And we got a whole bunch of questions from our patrons, and we just went through all of them. There's quite a lot. So that was a lot of fun. We're like talking about clams. We're talking about Japanese schools. What else are we talking about? The new Reiwa era. All sorts of crazy questions that we answered. A lot of them from Ruscrino. So there's a proviso for you. So there. All of this and more. And if you guys take it.
Right. All right. Well, James, before we get into news,
we got a special segment.
Yeah, we got a little bit of an announcement. It's maybe something that a lot of people have already known about coming forward. Right. Anyways.
Well, today, this is the 148, right? So 48 episodes since we went solo. Mm-hmm. So 48, 12 months, right? 2 years. So it's the end of season 2. Woo! We have completed our season 2 allotment of podcasts, and next month in May will be the start of season 3. So as is tradition, as we've done every single end of season, we've kind of rejigged the tiers, rejigged the rewards and things that you're going to get, at each tier. So we did a few adjustments, nothing too major, but there's a few cool little extra things that we got going on here. So yeah, well, actually, first of all, I just wanted to thank all the patrons. So actually, before I read off the new tiers, Danny, why don't you go ahead, thank all the patrons, starting from the top. Well, sure. This is our first patron. Lucas is our first patron.
So want me to just read through them all? Or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Every single one.
Yes. So we want to thank all of you guys for supporting us for the past 2 years, or even just for a little bit or whatever. But a big thank you to Lucas, Ryan, Carmine, Mark, Nick, Novocaine, I think I know who that is, Addison, Aaron, Joel, Ketafuki, Rich, Chris, Peter, Haitani, Anthony, Adam, Serge, Lemonade, and Russ. Thanks so much, guys. We really appreciate it.
Absolutely. And the reason Russ is the newest one is because he recently upgraded his tier from tier 1 to tier 2. So he became the newest patron, so to speak. Yeah.
And I mean, when we first started, I was thinking like, man, it's going to take so long before we have all sorts of stuff for people to like get on Patreon. But, it's been 2 years and we already have like over 30 different episodes of podcasts and like all sorts of extra content out there. So, I mean, now is as good a time as any. If you really like our content, content, and
I like our context too.
Yes,
pretty good too.
whichever you like. We got a lot of it, so you can check it out.
Yeah, I mean, Russ has been a patron for a while, but he's recently got access to all the patron exclusive shows. I think Life in Japan episode 5 is the 36th exclusive podcast. So we have 48 free episodes, but we've got an additional 36 locked behind tier 2 patrons. So definitely worth checking out. Russ is going to be a busy guy going through all those podcasts.
Yeah.
Right then. So yeah, let's talk about some season 3 tiers, new rewards. Let's check it out. So what's free and will always be free is obviously anyone listening now. You've either got the M4A or the MP3 version of the podcast. They'll always be free. Danny puts a lot of effort into the enhanced podcast, which has chapters and added to it.
It doesn't take that much time.
No, it takes ages, right?
Yes. Days.
And you can watch us live on YouTube right now, and you can comment and you can interact with us on Twitter and follow us and chat to us. All that stuff is free, and that's awesome. And if you just only want to do that, that's cool. If you just want to subscribe to us on YouTube, follow us on Twitter, and that's all you want to do, that's cool. We really appreciate it. But if you want to give something to us and actually, show your appreciation in other ways, if you want to be on the tier 1, which is the $1 tier, we'll actually, this is a new thing that we've added, we'll actually give you a follow back on Twitter. So if you just give us $1 a month, we'll follow you back on Twitter. You can send us DMs anytime you want, and dick pics, whatever you want. Danny's there 24/7.
Can't wait.
Danny will screen cap them all, keep them in his collection.
Yes, they're actually behind all of these pictures. So.
Yeah. But the things that's the only new addition to the tier 1. But things that's always been the case is that you can take part in our Discord, and we've got a little nice Discord group going on there, and that's locks behind the tier 1, $1 tier. And obviously,
James, I think I'm locked out of it.
Yeah,
you tried to put me in, and
Danny's not on.
I'm not even on there.
It's great. It's a great place to hang out without Danny.
Yeah,
call it now Danny's Club.
I get it.
But also I think the coolest thing about the tier 1, just the $1 one, is that you get all our videos like early. Because we publish all our videos on Friday, Famicast Friday, but like the patrons get our videos like and stuff as soon as they go live. We just like immediately put them on Patreon, so they always get at least 2, 3, 4 days early to see all the like, for example, the Truberbrook video review. The patrons have already seen that a few days ago, but the rest of you won't see that for another couple of days. Things like that. That's pretty cool. Just for $1, I think that's good, and we just appreciate it. It's just like a tip. Treat it like just giving us a tip jar, $1. It's we really appreciate it.
Yeah. Even if I'm really pushing it, and it's like we usually post at like 10 p.m. here in Japanese time. So if I post it like at 9:50, it's like, hey, you're welcome.
Right.
10 minutes exclusivity.
Sometimes the exclusivity is shorter, but that things happen. Yeah, and we'll thank you on the show. So yeah, that's all just for $1. But if you want to go into the big boy leagues, this is where the good stuff starts happening. It's the tier 2, and this is the $3 tier. This is our most popular tier because people really like the exclusive podcasts, and that's what you get. So yeah, every month in season 3, we're going to promise you to do 1 exclusive podcast. Let's see if we can try and remember all of them. We have Life in Japan. We have my sound test, which is the game music podcast. We have Famicast Super Challenge, our quiz show. Danny, your turn.
Famicast Screen Time, the one about movies and films and whatever, all that stuff.
Yeah,
and games related to that.
Probably talk about Endgame over the next couple of months, right?
Yeah, I got my tickets actually tonight.
Yeah,
wow.
Me too.
Also, we have Famicast Collector's Corner. Me and Cy get together and talk about garbage that we have in our holes.
Right.
Well, you talk about garbage. I talk about cool stuff.
You do. Yeah, you do. I talk about garbage.
Let's see if Ty can remember the 2 podcasts he's responsible for.
I have 2.
Yep.
Well, I have Champion Edition, the fighting game one.
Correct.
Allegedly, I'm on that too. It's yet to happen, I think, though.
It's been a while. And well, have I even done one yet? The technical nerd.
No, you're overthinking it.
I am overthinking it. What's the other one I'm on? Oh yes, Fake or Real. No. That's not a podcast.
What's
the other one I'm on?
What professional skills do you and me have, Ty, that no one else does?
Oh right, that's right.
Is this that podcast where you talk about your favorite rock band?
It's what do we call it? Armchair Designers Club.
That's right. AC/DC, baby.
Maybe the best one.
That's
Real
right.
talk. It's so good.
So good he can't remember it.
Right.
So yeah, all of those good podcasts will be going live over the next year, the next season 3. We'll get at least one of all of those shows, probably 2 episodes of some of those shows, depending on that, depending on which ones fit best. So that's always been the case. We've always had our exclusive podcasts. And if you subscribe to Tier 2, you get immediate access to all the previous seasons, Season 1, Season 2, 36 shows. Boom, right in your podcast feed. We have an exclusive Patreon RSS feed that only Patreon tier 2 patrons that have access to, and it's like a whole different separate feed from our regular feed. So in your podcast app, you'll have two Famicast, like a Famicast exclusive feed and a regular Famicast feed. That's pretty cool. And for the new stuff, this is exciting. This is new to season 3. We have created 2 brand new shows, which are going to go live once a month, starting next month. And these are called, the first one is called, name patent pending. This is our new season 3 show. It's called The Games That Made Us. We may or may not change the name, but that's the name for now anyway. Basically, this is a video series where all of us are going to talk about the games that we grew up with, games that affected us, games that made us the gamers that we are today. And it's kind of very, very personal kind of series. So, you know, hopefully people who like listening to us want to know about our gaming history, and we're going to try and...
I'm going to be dusting off the Commodore emulators for this one.
Holy shit. Yeah. We might have to put an adult filter on Ty's video.
Oh, boy. I'll be like Custer's Revenge.
Right? Oh, God. So, yeah, we're all going to do at least one episode of that each over the next year. So there'll be we'll go through a whole bunch of games in each episode. So we'll have like a Danny episode, we'll have a Ty episode, you know, etc., etc. And on top of that, we're kind of changing the way we're doing our Patreon streams, because in season 2 we had like one patron every month, and we played a game with them. But this season, we're actually going to have like a game night where we're going to invite all of our patrons to join us, and if they can make it, we're going to set a night. We're going to call it a Famicast Game Night, and anyone who wants to play was on that night. We'll tell you the date way in advance, so you can set it in your calendar. And then we're just going to have a night of games, and we're just going to all play. The whole family crew will be there, or whoever can make it. And we'll just play games with you guys, and we'll capture the audio, so you can, if you can't make it, you can can watch the video or listen to the audio later. If you can't make it yourself. So yeah, Famicast Game Night. That's going to be another brand new season 3 show, and we'll do a few of those over the year. So you'll get your podcast and then 2 cool new videos that we're starting this season 3, and that's all under tier 2. So you get a lot of cool stuff at tier 2. That's a $3 tier. Mm-hmm. Right then, but we have more tiers if you want to give us more stuff. So we had to think of some more cool stuff to give you guys. So we're going up to tier 3 now. This is $10. So these are big boy tiers now. So if you want to join at the tier 3, we are going to give you an exclusive Famicast die-cut sticker. This is done by the guys at Teespring. So these are like professionally made stickers, like the Famicrew sprite icon that you might have seen on the website and stuff. So it's like, it's a good size. It's like 12 centimeters, something like that. So it's like a nice big sticker. So you'll get one of those exclusive stickers sent to you. And then every month, we're actually gonna have a competition to win some swag as well. So one of the tier 3 patrons or higher will get entered into a draw, and we've got a whole bunch of stuff from like TGS, Japan-related swag that we're gonna give away to you guys. So
like if you want a Switch, James is giving a Switch.
Yeah, there you go. That's right. It's got Danny Bittman's written on the back. Right then, and also just as a thank you, anyone who's like donated $10 or more over the years, we're going to enter you guys as well, because it wouldn't be fair to only lock it to people who donate $10 a month, which we know that's quite a lot, So if you donate $10 or more, we'll throw your guys' names in the hat as well. So please do enjoy. Now we're up to super big boy tiers now. Tier 4, $20. Holy crap, this is a lot of money. And so we want to say thank you. So for that, we are going to send you a Famicast mug. Again, these are made by the Teespring guys. These are professionally made mugs with the Famicast logo, Famicrew on the other side. And we'll send one of you guys that mug. And again, we're going to throw people who've donated $20 or more. We'll throw your name in the hat, and you might be randomly selected to win the mug sometimes as well. And then tier 5, Oh, sorry, I forgot to mention. Tier 4, you can actually be on the show with us as well. We'll give you an invite to be on the show with us, if you can make it. a lot of people can't make it, the time differences, but we'll give you an invite, and if you can make it, you're welcome to come on the show with us. That's happened before, right? You've hopefully heard a few episodes where we've had patrons on before. It does happen.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so Tier 5, you can actually come on the show, and you can actually choose a topic. So this is the $30 tier. You can come on the show, decide what we are going to talk about. Basically, decide what we're going to talk about for that show. So that's pretty cool. And of course, you get all the previous stuff that I mentioned. It's inclusive. It's adding on top of what I've talked about in the past tiers. And then the last tier, the tier 6, the big boy. We only have one guy in this tier so far. It's Rich, and that's the Famicast producer.
Ooh.
Yep. And for this one, I'm actually wearing the Season 2 T-shirt. If you can see me on the video, this is the Season 2 T-shirt with the Famicast
logo,
the microphone logo.
Yeah. Actually, coincidentally, I'm wearing it too. This was not.
Hey, there you go. There you go. Yeah, a whole bunch of our patrons got these as well in Season 2. And so yeah, we're actually going to design a whole new design, and that'll be for the Tier 6 patron at the moment. Unless you want to join, then you can get it too. And again, if you donate $50 or more in total, we'll throw your name in the hat to win one of these as well. So yeah, you'll always have a chance. And I actually totally forgot to read out the winners of the T-shirt every month. I always forgot, but like we have been sending out T-shirts every month, and I totally forgot. Like the past winners, for example, Fidel, he won a T-shirt. Aaron won a T-shirt. Mark won. Ryan, Lucas, Peter, and Nick, and Addison, they all won T-shirts over the past Season 2, and I just always forgot to read out their names on the show.
I always saw the emails. I knew it was happening. I just never think about it on the show too. Yeah,
that's right. So there you go. So those are our Season 3 tiers. You can see all these on the Patreon website as well. Patreon.com/the Famicast. If you've already forgotten everything I just said, just go to that website and it's all written there for you as well. Those tiers will be going live on May 1st. That's the start of Season 3. So anyway, yeah, thanks again to all the patrons, Season 1, Season 2 patrons. Thank you so much. And we hope you stick with us in Season 3. We're going to try and make it worth your while with new stuff. And if you haven't joined yet, we hope you do. And and that's reminding me. Yeah, if the first 5 people to join us, brand new patrons to join us in Season 3, we're going to give you some free swag as well. So yeah, get in quick. First 5 people, boom, free gift.
And hey, I mean, it's the start of a new era in Japan, so it should be a start of a new era for the Famicast and a start of a new era for you.
That's right.
No, I won't go there.
Exactly.
Okay. Alrighty. That sounds like it's about it.
Yeah, that's it. It's all good.
Cool. Well, next up, we have a little bit of news.
Oh, boy.
Oh, I totally blew it. I was like, well, James, what are we doing again? There it is. It's time for the Japanese.
Record that and slow it down.
I am not going to do that. There's a lot of really kind of small little bits of news that I've included in here today. Like this first one, it's not that interesting. There's a lot of sales all over, Psy. I noticed that in Europe, like on my European account, I'm getting like European news things on my Switch, and they're like, because I always see like the little things in the news, and they're like, hey, we have all these sales on all these games. Like, oh shit, which region is this? And then I'm like, oh, it's Europe. I'd have no way to put in European currency, so I'm always disappointed.
Well,
but
just go to Amazon.co.uk.
That's why I left Japan. Came back here to get these sweet Switch deals.
There it is. I'm missing the wrong place. But hey, maybe not, because there actually is a Golden Week sale that's going to be starting here in Japan on April 25th. Actually, there's quite a few heavy hitters.
Oh shit!
They're gonna
For real?
What's that?
For real?
Yeah.
Japan? Oh
yes.
Shit! Here we go.
Golden Week sale up to 50% off. Games like Mario Odyssey, Kirby Star Arise. I couldn't help it.
Arise, Kirby.
Yeah, Octopath Traveler, Dragon Quest Builders games, all this stuff, up to 50% off. Not
all 50% off, guaranteed by Danny Rivers.
All 50% off or more, guaranteed.
Mario Odyssey, 50% off.
There it is. There it is. Buy it while you still can. Save up your guineas, folks.
Nice.
And yep. So this next little bit of news, this is something that I thought was just really interesting. So Nintendo is actually going back to the Tokyo Game Show this year.
What?
Not in the capacity that you might be thinking. So I got this little bit of news from Japanese Nintendo. Thanks for that, as always. I try to, snipe your stuff and put it on our agenda. Thanks. So actually, no, Nintendo, they're sponsoring like these special indies, like this indies area at TGS. It's called the Selection Booth and the Sense of Wonder Night 2019. Last year, similar, basically the same type of thing.
Wait, why is this news? Is it only Nintendo this time?
No. Nintendo's like sponsoring this.
Okay, but I thought they did last year.
Yeah, that sounds familiar. I think they co-sponsored it with Sony and maybe someone else. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah,
it was Sony and Nintendo, but like you're making it sound like this time Sony's dropping out and it's only Nintendo.
Well, I think maybe that's what the case is. That's what it kind of sounded like from what
that's news. If that's the case, that's news.
Yeah, yes. I think that's what it is.
Okay, cool.
Anyways, TGS is coming up.
Fuck Sony.
Yeah, TGS is coming in September. As always, at the Mark Hardy Messe, we'll probably be there. September 12th to the 15th.
Yeah, and the Indies area is, in my opinion, the consistently best part of TGS.
That's right.
So good. Maybe besides the swag. We'll see.
Swag's always good.
Sometimes the only good part of TGS.
Yeah.
Yep. So it's pretty much going to be the Nintendo area soon, isn't it?
Yeah, with how many indie games come to Switch these days.
Yeah, no kidding.
All of them.
Yeah. Well, speaking of esports. Ty, do you want to talk about this next little bit of news? I mean, this is totally legit. So
absolutely not. Look at my shirt right here.
What?
It's a big hammer and sickle. This is a protest against esports.
You love it.
Yeah. No, okay, I'm just fucking with you.
I thought that was the Overwatch logo.
Yeah, the big hammer and sickle. I'd probably play Overwatch a bit more.
Right.
So yeah, Puyo Puyo Esports. Some things happened.
Yes.
Oh, it's getting a physical release in Japan.
Yep.
Holy macaroni.
Is that a big deal?
It kind of was. It was a digital-only game. Came out in October of last year. And
it's priced to move, dog.
Yeah. I mean, what's really weird about this, too, because literally, like, probably 12 hours after I wrote this down in our agenda, then I saw some press releases rolling through. They're like, hey, everyone, Puyo Puyo Champions is coming to the Switch, PS4, Xbone, and PC on May 7th in the West. Same game for $9.99.
Oh,
digital.
That's
only.
Really priced to move.
Yeah, because like even on the eShop, I think it's still like 2,000 yen, $20.
Dude, I saw that on sale for 500.
Yeah. It's on sale all the time, but I mean the base price is always 2,000.
I almost bought it the other day. I was like, shit, 500 yen? Why the fuck not?
Yeah,
I didn't know.
I don't know. I don't like Puyo Puyo very much.
Right.
I do. I'll probably buy it when I get a Switch.
500 yen.
Yeah, dude. And it says esports.
Yeah.
So it's called What's it called in English?
Puyo Puyo Champions
in
the West.
Champions.
It's same thing.
Right.
Same thing.
Champion edition.
Yeah.
Right. You know, it's weird because like Japanese people do like their physical stuff, but like it seems like the Americans have taken over in their kind of obsessiveness of like having every Switch game physical. Like every single other tweet I see on my Twitter feed, it's like, oh, this indie games come to like limited edition games or whatever they're called, limited run games. Yeah. And there's another one, isn't there? Like a company that makes all these indie games physical. Right. They're going nuts for that stuff. And there's like a whole collection. There's like fucking 50 of these games now. Nothing like that in Japan.
No.
It's like first of all, there's not that many indie games compared to the West here, right?
Still, I mean, there's
then,
still
compared to the West.
compared to the Wii U, oh my god, it's
oh
night
yeah.
and day.
It's the best it's ever been in Japan. But like, you know what I mean? You would think that some of these more of these would come physical in Japan, but apparently not.
Yeah.
Japanese are not interested in physical indie games, apparently. Apart from Puyo Puyo.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, yeah, ever since my stupid baseball game that I bought last year, they just unceremoniously removed it from the Japanese eShop. So now you can only get it physically, which is really bizarre.
Is that hentai game you're always playing?
Yes, the hentai one with the bats.
Nice. Cool.
Wow.
Moving on. Speaking of, okay, no, this is
Speaking of hentai.
Yes.
Yeah, let's go.
Well, maybe. So
River City Girls.
River City Girls.
Yeah, Arc System Works.
Can I field this one? I'm so excited.
Yeah, go for it, man.
All right. It's Arc System Works and Way Forward. Two great tastes that maybe will taste great together. They're collaborating on River City Girls. They have said nothing about it.
So this is like a Japanese game, but it's going to be made by, dirty white people, right?
I guess.
So
people like Nendo Shantes.
It's not going to be called like Neketsu Girls, is it, in Japanese?
Who knows? I mean, I didn't see a Japanese thing. I think it was just from the Way Forward Twitter. So
Kunio-chan instead of Kunio-kun.
Right?
Could be.
Kuniko-chan.
Yeah, there we go. It's happening. You're hired.
Man, fucking localization company, sign me up right now.
There it is.
So yeah, Western developer, Eastern developer / publisher.
Weeaboo developer.
Weeaboo developer.
Right.
Well, I mean, they're already working on Igarashi's game, right? They got brought on board a little bit later to do some work on Bloodstained.
I'd love to be a fly on the wall in that meeting.
Yo.
They're like, Kunio-kun, right, but girls. And they're like, oh, sugoi.
Yeah.
Yaro, sore ii ne.
Yeah.
You called it.
Little bit of comments in there from the live chat, and talking about the physical copies. Lemonade and Chris both say, like, Lemonade says that he prefers the physical copies if he can get them. Chris said he went all digital on Wii U, but decided to go back to physical for Switch. I like the carts.
What?
Fair enough.
Well, I guess they're smaller. Maybe it's because people can fit more of them on the shelf, right, Danny? You know all about that, right?
Yes.
I think a lot of people are also afraid of stuff like just losing their Switches or getting their account banned or whatever, and then losing all of their games forever.
Yeah.
That seems to be a feeling that's creeping back into the zeitgeist.
But the weird thing is, like, Switch game cards are read-only. There are no rewritable Switch games, so you're going to lose your save data no matter what, unless you got the cloud backup, right?
And then there's games like Final Fantasy X and X-2 that when you buy 10 and X-2 as a physical game, X-2 is downloadable only anyway, but you still need to have the cart in the Switch to play your downloaded copy of the game.
That's why you got to buy it from Japan. I think they use different size carts, so it's actually all on the same cart. Get wrecked, Cyrus.
Resident Evil is like similar thing, isn't it? Like, it's like physical in one country but not in another. Some shit like that, right?
Or it's stupid. I mean, that whole one for that the Zero and the remake collection. Right. That thing's just fucked all around the world.
Brilliant. Glad we had Matt on the other episode.
Yeah. Thanks, Matt. God, it's his fault. No,
he's never coming back.
Yep. Well, actually, another thing that kind of came up in the news just randomly again. From a press release. So we talked about this a couple of months ago with that Nintendo Direct about how there's like a Doraemon Harvest Moon game coming out in Japan. And that's actually coming out in June. But this game is coming to the West as Doraemon Story of Seasons.
Well, and, Doraemon is a household name here, the same as in Japan.
Yeah. Okay. Everyone can pronounce Doraemon correctly when looking at it in written.
Doryman. Can't wait.
Mm-hmm. Doryman, is that a Pokemon?
It's gonna be another fun one to see.
Remember when Doraemon was like one of 4 Nintendo 64 games that existed, and people in the States were like, "Wait, do I want to buy this?"
Yeah, wasn't that the?
I'm so thirsty for games.
What
Yeah,
is a Doraemon and do I want it? Yeah.
I remember those days.
He's a cat robot.
He has a pocket that can hold so many things.
Was it just
And he's-
called Doraemon 64?
Yeah, I believe
Yeah.
so.
There's like
Yeah.
3 of those. There's 3 of those games.
Yeah.
Maybe more. Anyways, yeah. Then we already talked a little bit about Mortal Kombat 11. How it's again with the hey, it's physical. You could buy a physical version, but you have to
I really want to
download.
know. I think Danny, you've got one of these games as well. The LA Noire.
Yep.
Games which require a hefty download. I want to know like how much of these games can you play without an install?
Sometimes none.
Like, is it just like the first chapter or something like that? Is it like
Mortal
Kombat? Is it like you can only choose like 5 characters?
I would say you can play literally none of it.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
Because that is literally like, what's the point of even putting a card in the box?
Just to, for publishers, just to have something on the shelves that grandma might pick up for Johnny or whatever, or Taro or whatever.
We had this on a quiz show one time. Like the game card sizes. Like Switch actually has a 1 GB card.
Yeah,
and it goes all the way up to like 64, but like 128 is theoretical, but they haven't made it yet, or something like that, right? So because they're just too expensive.
Yeah, that would be not.
I think even 32 gigabytes is quite expensive, apparently.
Yeah,
so maybe Doom is like 32 gigs, but like even then it needs more.
I don't think that's I think the whole download for that game isn't even 32 gigs. But whatever. I mean, I get it. Sometimes companies just want to kind of skimp out a little bit and pass that buck on to us.
I think Doom did it right. Doom did it right because they had the whole single player campaign.
Yeah,
and then you just needed to download the multiplayer, which most people wouldn't even bother because it's not very good.
Right.
But like, you know what I mean?
Sure.
I think that's fine. That's fine. If it's like an optional thing that you would need internet anyway, like online multiplayer mode, you need fucking internet to play it. So don't complain if it's not on the card. I can understand that. But when it's a single player game, like a story-based single player game like LA Noire, not having the whole game on the game card, that's fucking unforgivable. That's bullshit.
It's like, what do they use? Like a 2 GB card just to
It's like the Metal Gear Solid 5 on Blu-ray thing all over again. We joked about that where they just drag and drop the Windows shortcut onto a fucking Blu-ray, but that's basically what they're doing on Switch now. It's stupid.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. Like I said, it's weird. Some publishers and some regions do it differently. It's so bizarre. I don't know why, but
yep.
Anyways, I think that's going to go ahead and do it for the news. So let's go ahead and move in.
Quite a long episode, this one.
Yeah. But let's go ahead and just move into some feedback. So if you want your email comments, complaints, whatever, read out on the air, you can email us at thefamicast@gmail.com. You can hit us up on Twitter at thefamicast. You can hit us up on Facebook at thefamicast. Of course, if you're watching us live on YouTube, thank you very much. You can always sound off in the comments below, and you can have your comments, whatever, read out just like these guys.
For free. You don't even need to be a patron for that.
Absolutely free. Yeah.
Absolutely free.
So we have a comment on Facebook from AJ. And I wanted to throw this one out there. This is on a comment on my Final Fantasy IX review. He said, I don't understand the love for this game. He said, although I'm more about Final Fantasy VIII, and plenty of people don't understand the love for that either. Yeah, James is the only one on the show that really loved Final Fantasy VIII. Loved it enough to buy it on PC.
That's right. I got it.
I love
Final Fantasy VIII card with it.
For years, I loved Final Fantasy VIII until I went back and actually played it a second time, and then was like, "Oh no, I've misplaced my love for the series because that was not a good game." But yeah, everyone likes that one weird thing that they shouldn't.
Man, I tried so hard to get into 8 back in the day, and I just couldn't. I'd always get about 45 minutes in, and then I'd just be done. I'd like to try it with these modern updates that are coming, with Final Fantasy 9 and 7 and stuff like that. I think that might make it a little bit more bearable. Maybe.
Stomachable.
Could be. But moving on, we had quite a few comments on the YouTube. Some of these directed towards James. And
Oh, wait, what? Do I have to listen to this bit?
it's okay. So this is from Karmic Wheel about Trotterbrook. How am I pronouncing that correctly, James? Trudabrook. He says, wow, I was really hesitant to play this game. Thanks to your gameplay, I am convinced that I want to purchase it now. I like the claymation style. Thanks for sharing and have an awesome weekend.
Thank you very much. Comment. It's Wednesday.
Well, what an asshole.
Yeah, it's yeah. If you like that kind of game, it sounds like he's up for that. So yeah, you should like it.
Yep.
Karmic Wheel.
Yep. Another comment from Lemonade on the Nintendo Labo VR kit review / thoughts video. He said, I didn't know about the videos. We talked about that a little bit earlier until now. Right. I like that they included one with the Virtual Boy. Check out my review if you want to see a little bit more about that. And we have another one on the Labo VR from Etrigan Slaves. This is, hey, thanks for the impressions. I think to properly review the Nintendo Labo VR, the Toy-Cons need to be experienced since it's what really sets this product apart from other VR solutions. The tactile feedback the user gets from them. No, I'm not going to do that.
Danny, you fucked up.
I did build one.
That's a good phrase to have on a t-shirt.
Danny, you fucked up. Yes.
On Danny's t-shirt.
Yeah, of course. Wear that every day. Again, another comment on Labo VR from Mobile Decay. He says, I hate building things, but I built the blaster. It's really the only good thing to do with the kit. I thought the mini games sucked. Too bad the blaster is not working right anymore. Brilliant. Cardboard does not hold up. The blaster got messed up after 2 days. I hope they had VR support for more games.
What the hell is he doing to this blaster? Like fucking rolling around the floor, like, you know, being like Solid Snake or something like that.
I've actually always wondered about that, like how much damage these cardboard constructs can hold up to. So
not very much, apparently.
Well, I got these little lenses in here. I think I just start throwing this around the room and see how long it takes before it just falls apart.
Do you remember that guy on like the original Wii advert? He was like playing Metroid Prime 3, like by jumping over his sofa.
Oh,
while firing midair. That's what I imagine. That's what I want Danny to do with his blaster.
I got to build the blaster. The bazooka first. So
while wearing the goggle thing.
Can't wait.
Some people have been making their own head straps and stuff.
Yeah, was it John Reardon from Nintendo?
Yeah, he made one. A whole bunch of people have been making them.
Yeah, it looks
ironically out of other VR headset straps.
Of course.
Let's rip this Oculus off. Get the Stanley knife, cut that off, put it to my $30 VR kit.
Right. So another question we had here is actually another Assassin's Creed related one. And usually if there's anything about this, I usually respond via text. But this one, it's something that hasn't been asked, and I just thought we should maybe bring it up on the show just in case anybody was wondering why this hasn't happened. So PVM Izar says, hey, nice review. I have a question. Do you think they'll bring out an actual digital card version of Assassin's Creed Odyssey on Switch? I'm a huge fan of the game, but don't want to download the cloud version to quote-unquote rent it for 2 years. Short answer, no. Why? The game was made for hardware that is a hell of a lot more powerful than the Switch. Even though that, you know,
fucking Google Cloud thing, whatever, if you want to try it out.
Yeah.
But he wants he wants it on the Switch. He wants to play this game on the go, not on a fucking cell phone, probably with no tactile, control.
Yeah, I think he actually wants to own the game as well. He doesn't like the idea of a rental.
Yeah,
because like Stadia, that's like based on like YouTube tech, right, or whatever, right? It's like integrated with YouTube. I wonder if like. Wouldn't it be ironic if, like, the YouTube app on the Switch updated and you could just play Stadia games on your Switch? Might happen.
Good. I don't know. I mean, in my ideal world, it would be kind of similar to, let's say you go and buy a Blu-ray and you can actually get a digital copy of a game. You know, with games, being maybe big in size or something like that, why wouldn't they, maybe sometime in the future, you buy a physical game and you could also get a cloud version for free included with that. Does that sound outside the realm of possibility? Am I just being too hopeful here?
They're supposed to do that with Blu-rays and DVDs. Never happened, really, did it?
If in Japan, probably not really, but
Right.
elsewhere, yes.
Next.
Anyway, yep. Next, moving on to Twitter.
Oh, actually, Ty, I wanted to talk to you about this one.
Oh, yeah.
So a couple of RFN podcasts, which is the Nintendo World Report's flagship Nintendo podcast.
Yeah.
They did a game where James Jones read out a bunch of fake or real games.
Uh-huh.
So obviously I sent you, our copyright lawyer, onto their asses to sue them. Right?
I'm proceeding with the indictment.
That's right.
Because I stole it from someone else, fair and square.
Brilliant. Told you not to say that on air, Ty.
Fuck.
But Guillaume from the RFN podcast, he replied with a picture of the RFN crew and says, "I'm sure they're shitting in their pants."
Yeah, because
yeah,
RFN just said, "Hey, we don't settle stuff in court. We settle shit in the streets." So
that's right. And then, so yeah,
I don't know, man. If they get Johnny Metz back, he can just hit us in the head with a skateboard because he looks like Tony Hawk, so he can skateboard and like grind on our heads.
Right.
Not that kind of grinding.
Uh-oh.
Okay, got one here from Adam Conforti. He's replying to the Joker video that we put out. He said he thinks it's just a primer for the Persona 5 Switch announcement this coming Thursday. Is that like soon? I'm seeing Persona trending on Twitter.
30 minutes.
Is it?
It's Thursday in 30 minutes, yes.
Persona 5R, which may or may not be coming to Switch, right?
No, S is the one that might be coming to Switch.
Oh, okay. Who cares? Okay, last one. Matt Walker. He was on the last show. He's just apologizing for his crap lighting in the last episode. If you watch the video show of the last episode, you might have realized Matt looked like he was almost in the pitch dark. I guess he was in the room where he had to be quiet, and dark. So yeah. We've all been there. I mean, mate, I did the first 140 odd episodes in a broom closet. So yeah, forget about it.
My whole apartment was the size of a broom closet when I first started the show.
Mine's really more like an open landfill.
That's through your own doing, though, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, between that, all this stuff, and then Cyrus fighting off like giant centipedes. I mean, we've been through the shit. For you.
Do you miss the giant centipedes, Cyrus?
Every day.
Now you got these all.
Today when I was walking, and I was like, "That doesn't have enough legs. This is a waste."
That's pathetic, right? You see a spider, it's like 1 centimeter big. You're like, pathetic. What is that?
I think you could bite me as much as you want, and I wouldn't even get sick.
That's right. It's not an insect until you've fought it back with a machete, and the insect wins.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep. It's like bumblebees, more like coward bees.
Right.
If I see a flying insect, I want to run away in fear of that thing.
Yes.
Not be like, look how cute it is.
Exactly.
Right then. Talking about it running away in fear. That's the end of the show.
Yes. So so thank you out there so much for listening. If you listened and joined us in live and commented, thank you for that.
Thank you for 2 years of being solo. Thank you so much for sticking with us since we left Nintendo World Report. If you've been with us since episode 101, thank you so much.
If you haven't,
thanks for joining later. Well, it doesn't really matter, does it? As long as you're here now.
Yeah.
Tell a friend.
Yep.
Right.
You owe us.
You owe us. I like it.
And I know there's at least 5 of you out there who've been thinking about joining the Patreon and just haven't got around to it. Now's a good chance. Season 3 is coming, baby, and you can win some cool stuff. First 5 people, go. 1st of May, make it happen. You can do it. We love you.
It's free real estate. Get in there.
Yep. All right. Well, if we're going to go ahead and give out our own individual Twitter handles, so if you want to follow us, you can. If you want to follow me, you can follow me at DannyBiv, DANNYBIV. James, where can we find you?
I'm at Gator Train. No. Get used to it.
We'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
Ty.
Super Cat Drugs. Check out my contributions to the Cursed Controller Twitter.
Right. All made by you.
Yeah, I wish I'd thought to invent that Twitter because it's right up my alley. Because, I tweet a lot of Cursed Controllers, like, even before that Twitter existed. So, yeah, check that out. Check out my Twitter for some weird-ass video game shit.
Cool.
This controller has teeth.
And Cyrus, I promised to quit forgetting you. I think it's been over a year since I forgot about you
Who?
at the end of the show.
Who?
Wait, did you ever remember me?
Who are you?
I'm not sure what you're trying to say here.
I don't know either, but where can people find you on social media?
Well, if you hadn't forgotten, it's at Celsi on the Twitters.
Writing that down. I'm going to throw it away later. Got it.
Look back at my history, you can see I'm being reminded of all the things I've been complaining about Xenoblade that I forgot to mention today. There's a lot.
Nice.
Listen to Cyrus's spin-off show
Monologue about
called Xenolame.
Oh, man. Can't wait. All right. Well, of course, thank you, Jokers, for joining me. And thank you, Jokers out there, for joining us. We will catch you next time. Thanks for listening. Catch you later.
Peace.
Peace.